I take it you have concerns.
I can think of a few.
You're only escalating matters.
You expect us to believe you're going to fight your own children?
I can't deny my responsibility for
Have
what
you seen
Vaden and
Star Wars
Arkan have
Episode
become.
7?
I have to end their bloodshed.
Were you in love with Valkorion? I'm really curious about that.
What did you see in Valkorion that you had children with him?
You say he was a homicidal tyrant, but that isn't the man I knew. He was benevolent, wise, even kind. At least at first. We never agreed on how the children should be raised, and over time he became more and more distant. More cold. I was afraid for what the children would become. But when I decided to leave, they chose him. I couldn't force them.
You've been lying
You
to us
should've.
all this time. Now you give us this woe is me story, and we're supposed to take your word for it?
You don't have to take my word. You can ask the Immortal Emperor himself.
I am not him. I am myself.
When Valkorion was in charge, he wasn't fixated on waging war. If we can get him back
Yeah,
on the throne,
sure.
Valkorion is a world devourer.
he brought direction and stability to Zakul.
And hate
Just
worlds.
because you don't know him like I do.
No, you don't know him like I do.
Oh god,
Neither
can we
of
just
you know
kill
him like
Koth?
I do.
Try sharing a
No!
little less.
That
Not one of the
isn't
three of you
permanent.
knows him
Interruption.
like I do.
The Republic
Because he's in my
Astromech
head.
established contact.
T7.
Yay.
What does he have for us?
Hello, T7.
Report. A criminal meatbag on Zakul has been in search of the gravestone. This Lady of Sorrows alleges she can establish a dialogue with its computers.
Lady of Sorrows? Good luck with her.
I take it she's trouble.
she's an information broker. Acts as her own enforcer. Never apprehended. So yes, trouble.
Delightful.
She operates in Zakul's
She
old
sounds like
world
fun.
district. I know it better than anyone. I'll escort you.
I have a feeling we will find things to talk about on the way.
One or two.
It's worth a try, this Lady of Sorrows. But I'd like a word before you leave.
Of course, Lana dear.
Who thought the Lady of Sorrows would be the key to figuring you out? Destiny calls.
Now that the truth is out about Valkorion, there's a shortage of trust. I need you to find it within yourself to try.
Yes, Lana dear.
Not an easy task. Koth believes in Valkorion. Senya withheld vital information. Neither one trusts the other. That's why you must act as an example.
I'll
Very
see
well.
what I can do.
Thank you. May the Force serve you well out there.
Thank you, Lord Benico. She's after all a Sith Lord. Let us never forget that. Okay, maybe
Everything's
just
good to go.
two of
What was
those.
An infestation. If they'd grown any bigger, we'd have more to worry about than spotty power. We should check the rest of the ship.
Courtesy. I will take it upon myself to eradicate these hostile stowaways, masters. Once I have gathered additional munitions, I will scour the ship from top to bottom.
Whoa, 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 easy! We can have you blasting through the hull left and right.
Appeasement. I can employ knives and blunt force instruments instead.
Finished.
Would that make you feel safer?
Not really.
Next time, you're on cleanup detail.
Yeah, I don't get why I should do this, but I like what HK is bringing to the table. I mean, the atmosphere he brings totally not destructive and very much helpful to the betterment of the ship. After all, that's what we all care about, isn't it, Master?
A love the hand of tithe could not deny.
We are headed back into the heart of Arkan's empire, and you're singing.
What better time? Anyway, where we're going, no one will be looking for criminals. Most of the people there are criminals, which of course presents its own dangers.
I don't mind, really. Plus, I like the singing. I'll be doing it myself. Was that mask
Even
not in the
so,
way?
I do enjoy visiting the old world. It's a piece of Zakul history. Valkorion's
And this
first
is a piece
attempt
of
at creating
Bioware
a grand
buggery.
society.
A failed attempt.
Only in scale. To him, it wasn't nearly grand enough.
I want to know more about your relationship with Valkorion.
The story really isn't as outlandish as whatever you're imagining.
Outlandish,
We
ha
met
ha!
after I earned a place in his elite guard. I never hesitated to speak my mind, which caught his attention, I suppose. He was fascinating, bold, always completely certain of his next step.
The way you describe him, I can't blame you for taking an interest.
You also have to understand his place in our culture, our psychology, our entire conception of ourselves. He guided
I don't want to
Zakul's
flirt with
prosperity
her.
for generations, centuries. What we had wasn't a child's notion of romance, but we were happy. Then Arkin and his brother Thexan were born. I loved them so much. But no matter
And what
what
of
I did,
Valen?
they wanted nothing to do with me. And Valkorion wanted nothing to do with them. His mind was somewhere else. He barely spoke. Barely acknowledged any of us for weeks at a time.
Ah,
Valen. Valen was troubled from the start.
so I'm guessing that in those weeks in which he never spoke, I mean barely, he was actually somehow projecting himself in the Sith Empire, on Drummond Cars, perhaps. Anyway, let's see.
Was she really dangerous, even as a child?
She made furniture move while she was still in the womb. Tore droids apart as a toddler. Once a guard dropped a ball she tossed. Valen crippled him. I confronted Valkorion. His daughter needed help. His sons needed him. His solution was to cage Valen's mind. Most of her power was locked away, along with most of who she was. He ignored the rest of us outright. I couldn't stand by and watch. I gathered the children. I tried to tell them we needed to go. They laughed and called me weak. Even as children, even with Valen's power restrained, the three of them together were still far more powerful than me. I couldn't force them to go.
And what
So-
did he do?
I left.
Did Valkorion try to stop you from leaving?
No. I'm not sure he even noticed. I transferred to the Knights Enforcement Division and took assignments at the outer fringes of our empire. Valkorion never spoke another word to me. Since then, I've only seen my children in broadcasts of public events, like Thexan's funeral, killed in the core worlds. I doubt they even remember me.
Oh, they do. Just not with fondness.
Hello, little
Hello,
one.
T7. Excellent news, little Republican scum.
Seems like you're everywhere.
Yes, yes. I know how it goes with you Astromechs.
The Lady of Sorrows is wanted for murder and theft of state secrets, among other charges.
Ooh.
The Knights have hunted her for years. No one's come close.
Well, it is a fact that I'm better than her now, so I don't really need to spell it out. But I'm curious about the murder.
Who has she murdered?
Oh, just anyone who's managed to get in her way. You may not believe this, but it's rare for someone to escape a knight's justice.
And when that someone is the knight's own child?
A woman after my own heart, I suppose. Let's see this Lady of Sorrows.
Is it possible for me to talk to him? To Valkorion?
I don't think it works that way, exactly.
Lots of things live down here. Few of them friendly. We should be careful.
If you can't talk with him, well, I could probably pass along a message.
You know your way around a fight, T7. I don't doubt it. We'll trade stories sometime.
Now that gets me back to other, arguably better BioWare games.
Easier than I thought.
You know, the companions just chatting away, funny or informative conversations happening while you move from place to place, while you kill enemies. That is, in many ways, the essence of a good BioWare game. And it does reinforce my point that there is a good BioWare game somewhere deep inside of this one. Oh, investigation. I kind of feel for those guys. You know, they're just doing their job. And here we are, two sociopaths with lightsabers and a psychotic astrodroid.
Update. Extermination efforts aboard the gravestone have been slower than anticipated, Master. It seems quite unnecessary that I clean up the creature's remains. They clearly serve as an effective warning to other potential stowaways. But Master Votena was quite insistent, so the ship will be quite clean upon your return.
I like how much of HK55 they found everywhere. Obviously BioWare know that people love all his jokes and all that crap.
This is the old world as most Zakulans know it. A place to mingle with the rabble and then go home to brag about it. One big party. I have a contact nearby. Need to go alone.
On the job now? Now? Really, woman?
Does this mean you're back to ruthless enforcer, Senya?
Yes.
Very well then. See you shortly, dearie. I have no trouble trusting the woman. Yes, you and me guaranteed success. I've seen the prequels, I know how this goes.
I had always intended to visit the old world. I thought I would have the time. Delightful.
You couldn't have mentioned Senya was the mother of your children.
I wanted to see what she would do. In the end, she chose to place her trust in you and your associates.
Curious.
You claim you want to help, but you're still playing the same old head games.
I granted her the freedom to make her own decision, just as I have with you.
You have offered me choices, at times, but I didn't ask you to be here in the first place.
Well, I suppose I didn't. I forced that on myself. More so than him actually wanting to be in my head. I suppose that if he had a body still, he would rather use
call
it.
For High Justice Valen. She'll want to know who I just spotted.
Seriously though, look at my cloak. My cloak is fantastic. Oh, the excitement. More of you, I see. T7, what are you doing? Come back to me, you tiny little droid. You see what I'm talking about, Buggy? Look, he's coming back. It's amazing. Truly an amazing Astromech. He gives an entirely new meaning to the word Astro in Astromech. to depart. Goodbye, little guy. I will miss you. I will miss him terribly. Oh, here you are.
If you can read me, I made some new friends. Could use a hand.
I'm on my way.
Well. Bye, T7. Time to help my Emperor's wife. Well, you know, not my Emperor, but the Emperor.
I don't get why the Heralds want to see everything.
But when he's in my head, he kind of is my Emperor, I suppose. Seems logical enough. We'll take that. Sad thing about this game, it feels terribly desolate. No people, no NPCs of interest. At least the few...
Feel the power of Zildrog's claws!
Oh god. Hello, Zeldrog's Herald. I have no idea who you are. And I'm not particularly sure that I want to find out. In my experience, no one that starts a conversation with "feel the power of blah 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 blah" is particularly good company. Not now, not ever. Impeccably good job, boys. I actually almost died there. Pleasant, challenging even. Had to use more than 2 skills.
Who were they?
Heralds of Zildrog. Cultists longing for the return of a mythical serpent god. Used to be they were just a nuisance. Now they're militant.
Good show! Absolutely wonderful.
Hello to you too!
Quiet, or you're next.
Okay.
That was kind of funny.
There you are.
And deeply satisfying. Hello.
Sicking heralds on me, Reg? Not too bright.
It wasn't me. The Heralds run the old world now. They made a deal.
With Arkin? What kind of deal?
Heralds keep crime down, and the Knights keep out. You stick around, they'll blame it on me. You gotta go.
Tell me where to find the Lady of Sorrows first.
Some kind of joke, right? I'll take my lumps from the Heralds over the Lady any day.
And where do I fit on that list?
That voice is familiar to me. He was a dwarf in Dragon Age Origins. Zoltan, I think. No, not Zoltan. The one with the kid. He ran the store at
You know what I can do, Reg. Need another reminder?
Camp.
If Senya doesn't get what she wants, believe me, I will.
Oh yes. I'm far, far worse.
Wait a minute, wait. I was gonna say you don't want to mess with the lady. Then I was gonna say, but hey, that's your prerogative. You've always been square with me, I'll be square with you. Don't gotta hit me.
Where is she?
I don't know. But I do know who to talk to. There's a data seller at Market Station, Mona Gale. She works with the lady all the time.
Mona Gale. All right. Sorry. Let's go.
Another name, then. Very well, we shall find this Mona Gale. Ah!
Guess who I found?
The Outlander?
Right under our noses in the old world.
Alone.
Oh no. That's the best bit. Mother is here too.
And the Astromech. Don't forget the Astromech. Seriously, is the entire
Shouldn't we go
fleet...
say hello?
Why would they escape?
Just there
to return?
for
Let them
Arkan's
do what
decor.
they came here for. I'll see that they don't dawdle.
He's so nice. What a lovely boy you've got there, Senya.
Should feel better.
Yes, quite. Very well then. Shall we talk to this bystander? Whoever
Come
she
on, hit
is.
him! Hit him! You are
Nice
kidding
glasses.
16,000, Mr. Wyndon.
6 in a row. Random matchups. You have to have an in, Mona. Tell me.
Enough data at your disposal and anything's possible. Want to see if 7's your lucky number?
Scamming citizens isn't legal, Mona Gale.
I'm not scamming anyone. And Knights have no authority here.
Yes, you are. And I don't care. The Lady of Sorrows. Where is she?
If I knew where to find my most lucrative, reclusive, and dangerous meal ticket, I wouldn't give that up for one night and whatever you're supposed to be.
Really?
I am a Dark Lord of the Sith.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, should have
Sounds
gone
made
with
up, don't you
Outlander.
think?
People of Zakul, this is your Emperor. Hear me.
This should be
But
good.
I am
The
Sith.
criminal who plunged our great spire into darkness and chaos has finally been identified.
Oh.
The craven Outlander who assassinated your immortal Emperor, my dear father, has escaped custody. and
Cause in
remains
my
at large,
dear head,
aided by a rogue knight of Zakul.
do me the favor at least to mention
These
my
deadly
title.
agitators were last sighted in the old world. If you encounter them, contact an authority figure immediately.
Uh-oh.
So, where were we?
You were about to tell them where to find the Lady of Sorrows.
Except I can't. I really can't. I don't even know how to reach her. She only ever contacts
Better
me.
think fast.
But she does occasionally meet with the Heralds in Breaktown. They have some kind of truce. That's the best I can do. Just don't agitate us.
Fine.
Thanks for cooperating.
By sending you there? Sure. Whatever, it's your funeral.
Breaktown's the underbelly of the underbelly. No mingling there. Only corruption and torment. You know, we might owe Arkan a thank you for unintentionally helping us. That announcement really brought you some clout.
If this is unintentional help, I'd hate to see what it looks like when it's on purpose.
Oh, it is quite on purpose, my dear Darth Lensha.